despair. Again, we're talking about making money, making music. So, Tom, why don't you talk a little bit again about how important, you know, the live performance is. It seems like the greatest revenue generator these days. You know, your recorded work is very important, but the live shows, headliners are making more money than ever. I mean, you're seeing Guns N' Roses getting $3 million a show right now. I mean, amazing stuff that's going down. Talk a little bit about, again, the importance of your live show where you see people making money these days.
Well, if we're talking to indies here, there's no difference between an indie and a major conceptually. Meaning, you go into a building, are you remarkable? Do people remark about you, as Seth Godin would say? Will people, when they walk away from your show, tell other people about it? In most cases, listen, I don't mean to be rude, no. You play music, and what we're talking about here is what you've got to do is create moments in a show instead of sing songs or play music. People remember moments. You build your merch around those moments. Taylor's a perfect example. Now, she's not a perfect example because but conceptually it is. We put a little drum thing in her, drums came out of the ground, start beating on drums, we sell merch drumsticks with her name on it, they fly off the table. It doesn't have to be Taylor. But what we do is create moments instead of play songs. Revenue streams, I know this is going to be hard to believe, but her merch went from 75 cents to $4.50 after we created moments instead of just playing songs. And your merch, if you understand the concept of creating moments, and when he talks about what I do live, 70% of what I do is musical. It's the musical moments inside your songs. This is like a difference between a sitcom and a movie. Your songs and a show are two different things. The problem is, again, we play songs, we don't create moments. A sitcom is 22 minutes. How long should a good movie be?
Hour and a half.
No, as long as it works. So when we take we take a Simpsons 22-minute thing and turn it into a movie, we do two things. We develop themes and we develop characters. Themes inside your music, and you're the character. People come to see people. So you've got to be able to express yourself in your songs by creating those moments. You create a rockin' moment, you create a touching moment, you create a thinking, there's all kinds of musical moment, and you pour your personality and people can relate to that personality. And it's an awesome musical moment. They'll rush the table to buy merch. The other thing, though, that I do, and actually the reason I'm here, that's my main gig. I've done that for 25 years. I've also, for 23 years, worked with charities that sponsor artists. We've raised, it's hard to believe, but we've raised $2 billion. But we've given $100 million to artists. It's a win-win situation. And when we talk charities, everyone goes, okay, yeah, I'll go play a show for charity and we'll raise some money. I'm not talking about that. It's a unique setup where you stand on stage in your shows, you get children sponsored. One at a time, guys. One at a time. I just did this at the CD Baby Conference. And all I said was this from this stage. I said, have you guys heard about the 119 people that died in Paris? You know, yeah. And I don't know about you, but it's freaking me out. The world's changing. So I don't know what to do. I'm a pacifist, and I'm gonna go buy a gun and protect my family. I don't know. Anybody else there? Yeah. So, and then 2 weeks before that, 229 people in an airliner blown out of the sky. Freaks me out. I don't know what to do. It makes me want to go buy a gun and vote for somebody. I don't know who'll do something about it. But did you hear about the 35,000 kids that died today? No, you didn't, did you? And yesterday and the day before. But here's the good news. You can do something about it. You can sponsor a child. That's all I said. I just gave you my appeal from the stage. And other artists do the same appeal. And I made an extra $2,300 at the CD Baby Conference because I pay $100 for every sponsor you get. If you're an artist that's out there playing shows in front of people and you have a heart to change lives, seriously, I have indies right now making over $100 grand a year just from the charity. And they're awesome charities. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Fantastic. Stone, talk about again what you're feeling some of the revenue streams are, where again creative people are making money, where opportunities are.
Okay, how many independent artists do we have in the room right now? Okay, cool. So how many independent labels owners do we have in the room right now? And how many people are actually making money for a living from their independent music? So you see how many? So I want everybody to turn around and look at those hands. Raise your hands in. Everybody that don't have their hands up. Look at the people that actually have their hands up. There should be more people that are making money independently. So here's the solution. We're in the music what?
Business.
So it's a business before it's an artist business. Am I correct or not, right?
Yes.
When you go to a grocery store, you go to a grocery store to buy food. But you might not get peanut butter, but there's a million options of things that you can buy. So no matter what, that store manager knows they're making money 24/7. They're going to make money. It's a numbers game. My model for independent artists is you got to always look at this as a business first. It's 90% business, 10% the rest of the bullshit, the real truth. So everybody wants to be in the music industry, but this is the best time right now ever in the history for the music industry to be an independent artist.
Smart.
You know, exactly. The Grammys, the last 5-6 years, independent labels and artists have been taking Grammys home. But what's the problem? What's the real problem? Because I hear people saying, I can't make money in this business. And I say, well, how hard do you work? How hard do you want it? People get up in the morning, first thing they do is, I think people play music industry like people play dollhouse. You know what I mean? That's my theory. Like, people need to stop playing dollhouse and be business people. When you are putting together independent records, it's not about one record. See, if you really want to make it in the independent business, then you think about the label as a whole. And you don't put out one product, you put out multiple products. In the streaming business right now, there's no reason why no one in this room and everybody in this room should not be making a collective amount of money enough to go, okay, I need to make, I mean, think about it. I'm going to give you a scenario. If you say I want to make $10,000 every quarter, every 3 months in the music industry, because everything is still based on the quarters, the way, you know, the 30 to 60 day cap is for the physical side, and then the quarter side, the distribution side still runs that way, right? She said, well, how do I make $10,000 every quarter? You think one release is going to yield you revenues like that? But just imagine, I want everybody to think about this. When you think about companies like EMI and BMG, can you just imagine how many songs they have in their catalog? Have you ever really said, how many people have actually thought about that? How many songs are in those catalogs?
Hundreds of thousands.
Not many people. This is something you need to be thinking about. So imagine 1 million songs. We're not talking about marketing. We're not talking about hits. Can you imagine 1 million songs in your catalog and the revenue streams just on streaming and digital downloads? You're starting to see what I'm saying? It's a numbers game. The music industry has always been a numbers game. Always. It's all about the numbers. Whether you go platinum or whether you don't. If an artist doesn't do well, they shelve them. If an artist sells, they want 2 or 3 other artists similar to that. It's a numbers game, and this is a business. So if you're in the studio and you're putting these records together, don't think about one record. But you got artists that say, I'm working on this single, I'm going to push the single. Who cares, man? Really, at the end of the day, do you really care about one song, or you're going to spend 2 years working on one song? We have to get back to the basics of records. Because if you don't like one of my songs, I got 20 other. If she doesn't like it, I got 40 others. See, it's a numbers game. So the name of the game is get in the studio. If you're a label owner, if you're an artist, if you got old shit sitting around, put it out. This is a numbers game, man. There's just no reason nobody, I mean, the few people I've seen with their hands up like I'm making a living, that's a shame. I mean, look how many people was in this room. And 2 people, am I correct? 2 people raised their hands and said they're making a living off of music. Something's wrong with that, right? Because you pour so much energy and money into your work, and only 2 people in this room are making a living. I know I am, and I know he is, and I know other people sitting on this panel are making money doing this.
We're making a living, we're good.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So this is an independent business.
We're the agents,
you know?
we make money no matter what.
Right, it's an independent business. You know what I'm saying? So, and see, he's making his money, and that's the whole point. See, he's going to make his money. He has his system down. So all I'm saying as an independent artist, I wake up every morning, I spend 4 hours on any release that I put out on my label. I spend 4 hours marketing, social media, making calls, doing what I need to do for the product that's already out there. And then I already have the new catalogs that are coming out. I put out 5 to 10 releases a month. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's you. This is a business. Until you start operating it like a business, you're not going to make a dime. As simple as that. That's a real independent. I tell people, if you're not putting out as many releases as me, don't talk to me about making money. Because if you're not on top of your business, and there is no reason for independent artists right now not to be making a living in this business, let alone talking about focusing on one song. How many people in here just put a single out the last 6 months? See, and look at that shit. Excuse me, but turn around and look. That makes no sense. But we have all these people in here that are independent artists. That was about 4 or 5 people that said it. And you're probably going to work that single for a year or two. Am I correct? That's where your thoughts are, right? No way. Don't even think about it. Put a record together, put another record together, go get all that old shit you have, get stuff from the 80s, put it all together. Put catalogs out. Call them volumes, whatever you want to call them. But what you do is you increase it's a numbers game. As you're sleeping and we're sleeping, I look at my numbers all the time and I go, damn, I'm selling all the time. It's a numbers game, people. It's not even about a hit. This shit is beyond a hit. It's a business first. So if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you back that way. And you'll be in this business and you can make a living. You don't have to worry about working wherever you don't want to work. This can truly be your business. Structure it like a business, treat it like a business, and you'll stay in the business as an independent artist.
And then when that one song does take off, maybe it's in a movie or a TV show or catches a little wind from, you know, something going on, YouTube, whatever, now that back catalog is going to sell. Everybody's like, well, what else does that artist have?
Yes.
Where did I find that? Robbie, tell us again where you're seeing some of the revenues at, what tips you have for